moments in your career that no textbook, no lecture, no MBA case study can prepare you for. Moments when the stakes are real, not theoretical, when decisions affect lives, not spreadsheets. For me, one of those moments came early in my career during my time as Director of Operations at a power company serving Southern Nevada. I had just been promoted to the position, a huge responsibility that came at a young age. A few years earlier, I had just obtained my master's degree in electrical engineering. I was confident, but not yet seasoned, ambitious, passionate, and honestly, I was hot-tempered. I believed that competence and preparation were enough to lead, that logic and data would always win the day. Then came my first real test, a negotiation with the union committee representing our power plant employees. Our mission? To negotiate the closure of 3 facilities and the removal of 90 employees. A painful, unpleasant mission with a terrible cost, a human one. By my side was our HR director, calm, experienced, a veteran of these conversations. I thought I was ready. I was not. From the moment we sat down, you could feel the tension in the room. Across the table sat seasoned union negotiators, professionals who had defended their people for years. They knew every tactic, every pressure point. For 4 long hours, we went back and forth. Numbers, timelines, compensation, severance. We were finally near an agreement. It was not perfect, but it was balanced. Both sides' interests were served. And then, following a 10-minute break, the lead negotiator leaned back in his chair, crossed his arms, and said, "We have reconsidered. We want to revisit the earlier points." Just like that, 4 hours of progress had just vanished. I felt my pulse rising, and the patience, all the logic, all the control I thought I had slipped away. I tried reasoning, appealing to fairness, but they simply repeated their demand. And something inside me snapped, just like that. My tone hardened, my voice rose, I let frustration take over, I had lost control. In that instant, I was no longer leading. I was simply reacting. The HR director quietly called for a break. We stepped out, and he motioned for me to join him in a small room down the hall. He looked at me, calm, steady, and said words I will never forget. "Yusuf, we just lost the edge." I stared at him confused. "Lost the edge?" He continued. "When you raised your voice, you showed emotion. You showed them how badly you want to win. Now they know how to play you." I was stunned. A few seconds of losing composure had shifted the entire negotiation. When we returned to the room, I could feel it. The union negotiators were calmer, more confident. We had lost control of the rhythm. Eventually, we settled, but with less favorable terms. That moment became one of the hardest lessons of my early career. In business school, they teach you frameworks, BATNA, ZOPAs, win-win strategies. They teach you to prepare your data, structure your argument, and stay factual. But what they do not teach you is emotional discipline. They do not teach you how silence can sometimes speak louder than argument. They do not teach you how a single change in tone can shift the balance of power. They do not teach you that people read your confidence, not your slides. And they definitely do not teach you how lonely leadership feels when the final call rests on you. In school, every case has a neat ending, every variable is known. But in real life, there's no perfect answer. Every number has a human face. Every decision leaves someone disappointed. That negotiation taught me that true leadership is not about being right. It's about staying composed when everything in you wants to react. Because once you lose composure, you lose clarity. And once you lose clarity, you lose control. So here are the lessons I learned, not in a classroom, but at the negotiation table in Las Vegas. Number one, emotional intelligence is the real negotiation skill. Logic wins argument. Composure wins outcomes. Preparation must include your mindset. You cannot control others if you cannot first control yourself. Number two, silence is strategy. The most skilled negotiators use it to draw the truth out of others. Number three, respect matters more than ego. The goal is not to crush the other side. It is to keep credibility intact. Number four, learn to pause. When emotions rise, stepping back is not weakness. It is actually wisdom. Number five, control the temperature of the room. A leader sets the emotional climate. If you stay steady, others will steady themselves around you. Looking back, I am grateful that lesson came early. It humbled me and it shaped me. In later years, when I faced billion-dollar deals and multinational negotiation, that moment in Las Vegas was still with me. It reminded me that leadership is not about dominance. It is about emotional mastery. What they do not teach you in business school is that success really depends on what you know. It depends on how you carry yourself when the pressure rises. You can study frameworks and finance, you can learn strategy, structure, and systems, but composure, empathy, and timing, those lessons only come from real life. At the end, emotional intelligence is the real negotiation skill, and when logic can certainly win arguments, it's composure that wins the outcomes. So preparation is not just about facts. It's primarily about the mindset. Because in the end, leadership is not about controlling the room, it is about controlling yourself. And that is the hardest part of leadership other than the decision making. It is the discipline. Thank you for listening to Through the Journey. Every story shared is a reminder that growth never stops. And that's exactly what drives us at Intech Consultant, where our global experts help businesses grow, innovate, and transform. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and visit intechconsultant.com to learn more. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep pushing your journey ahead.